Hello and welcome. We are the Story Speakers Guild bringing you roleplay entertainment. And tonight we are gathered here to play a vampire game. Say hello, my kindred.
Hello, all.
Good evening, everyone.
Greetings.
Hello, hello.
So, we were missing a couple people last time. Does anybody want to give a high-level recap of what happened?
Well, the gummy bears were invading, and I tried to hold them off at the pass. But, oh wait, no, that's entirely different. Never mind.
I think it
Ignore
was
them, Malkavian.
I believe we talked a lot about how to set up our New Haven. I ate a bunch of pizza and threw up all over Bob's place. After Jessica delivered said pizza.
Hey, I didn't just deliver that pizza. I delivered the boy who was delivering that pizza. He found God through me.
True that.
God was always through the vagina devil.
I was avoiding getting puked down when I saw he was about ready to toss. I boogied out of the way.
Indeed. It was not maybe the most eventful game outside of the vomiting, but you guys did put together some fun plans for your dispensary.
I found it very eventful.
Yeah, you did make at least your part of the night very eventful.
I think Malkavians can make anything eventful. They start talking to themselves and they're happy.
It is true. They do bring a little bit of life to the party.
Especially when we order out.
Yeah, let's not do that again. I don't think our host would appreciate that very much.
Nah, I asked the doorknob, he was cool.
Don't I mean the host?
Yeah, exactly. The doorknob is not the host, my friend.
I mean, there's two schools of thought on that.
No, there is not.
If he wasn't the host, why does he keep letting her in?
Does have a point.
Be our guest. Be our guest.
You're not being helpful, Joseph.
So, storyteller, what's going on?
Oh, you guys forgot one detail. I think it was last time that it happened. Right? You guys talked to Sun?
No, that was two
yes.
games ago.
Oh, 2 games.
Was it? Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it was last week. Last week we were mostly in the house talking and puke dodging.
Because Torn was both.
That's right.
But that is kind of your guys's like, next outstanding, I don't know, deal. um you guys were asked to look into what he's been up to, what Garrett has been up to, sorry, by Sun. Sorry, we're checking something on Twitch. got a little distracted there for a second. But yeah, so you guys have kind of just left off on that. You haven't really picked up anything there. So we're gonna skip to a couple nights later, and you guys, kind of haven't been going out too much. There's been a lot going on. There's a lot of protests happening, and there's, sometimes fire involved with that. So sometimes Kindred are a little bit cautious about getting too close to anything where they might risk being exposed to fire. So it's been kind of a quiet couple nights, even though the protests haven't really turned to anything as perhaps extreme as what has happened in other cities. But nonetheless, the vampire world is just as abuzz with all of the recent events as the mortal world. But you guys would have to talk to some other vampires if you're going to hear, what those rumors might be. Though you've heard some whispers that maybe it's more than just mortals that are getting involved here. Go ahead and make your rouse checks for me as we open to a calmer night than maybe there has been recently. Man, you guys are doing good so far tonight.
That's what we do.
We try.
So Joseph, Victor, Jessica, as you wake, the beast is well
Fucking
within
hell.
control. But we got another one. But Rick, as you wake up, the beast growls, snaps its teeth at your ears. You feel as if you just need to get out and run and never stop and hunt, sink your fangs into something.
Yeah,
Howls.
much as I'd love to, a person's things needing done today. Hate to put you off, but I must.
Yeah, Mom, you gained hunger. You didn't decrease in hunger.
Yep. Carl.
Got it. I thought that at the end of the game these went down. They do not?
No.
Okay.
Only when you feed does that go down. And you will always have one unless you kill the person that you're feeding from.
And you can't kill animals to get rid of that one.
Thank you. Yes, that's true.
What if it's a monkey that can talk?
Well, that defines most humans, so maybe.
Which was my point. How about this? What if it's a wolf? I've heard some gangrel can embrace wolves.
And it can definitely, I've never heard that. I don't can ghoul them out of my actually turning them.
Which is why you should learn more about the gangrel.
Yeah, well, actually, even in character, my character would know that yet. I don't know if he's that old or has been told that yet. If that's in the main book, if I got to get one, the other one.
We need just a second. Our food just arrived.
No.
Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Maybe start gathering for the night. Or whatever you're going to
So usual is to gather in victors. Hopefully I'd say at this point the puke's probably all clean.
I'm not in the habit of allowing vomit to stay around my home.
Oh, that's good.
That moment when you clean up the art.
Oh, it was odd. I thought it was Joseph.
No, Joseph is Joseph. Art is on the floor.
I did find it odd Joseph went to town on a pizza like that. He was not exactly acting himself. Or maybe he was, I don't know. Didn't seem like it, not from what I've seen of him.
Either way, Jessica will get up and start her day kind of interacting with her household staff and getting to say hi before heading out and gathering where she gathers, which might actually not be the place. You never know. She follows a yellow brick road.
True that.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
no, please go ahead.
Oh,
It was just
I was
quiet.
just gonna say one of these days she's gonna follow that thing and go absolutely nowhere. Just run around in circles around her house.
I have been tempted, but I don't want you to be like left out of game and stuff, even though it is very tempting to just kind of send you on like random little paths and whatnot.
Yeah, no, I get it. I set myself up for this. Fine.
So are you guys gathering at Victor?
I was just getting ready to get hold of my assistant to see if we could get over to Victor. Yeah, so we could talk about everything that's going on with what we're putting together.
She's available as usual, and when you ask, she nods and yes, I'll go get the car ready. Whenever you're ready, I'll be ready.
Thank you. I should be ready in the next 15 minutes. All right, I'm calling Victor now. Ring.
Hello?
Hi, Victor. It's Carlotta. Is it okay if I come by?
Oh, certainly, my dear. You're always welcome in my home.
Well, thank you. My assistant is just getting in the car, and we should be there shortly.
Excellent. I will have Jameson tell Jameson to expect you.
All right. See you soon.
Good evening.
How about Jessica? Oh, sorry, Carlotta. If you're gonna say more, go ahead.
Just going to say that, well, my assistant is in front, and I'm just getting in the car to leave.
Awesome. So you'll make your way there, no problem. It's a drive you've done many times. What about Jessica?
Well, Jessica will get up and go visit with her staff members a little bit during the day because, well, it's an hour before anyone else shows up or gets up, rather. But yeah, she would go talk to people such as Tammy, her butler, and Paige, her pilot. Also Zara.
Right. So, they're kind of gathered. This is, about the time that I think you're probably normally up. So, you can kind of easily find them gathered, we'll say, in Zara's little nook, the kind of spot where you guys often watch TV, um, or just kind of gather to chat some.
I'll go and join in on the chat. I won't bring up anything in particular, but just kind of treat them like friends and family instead of staff.
Awesome. They're chatting about sorry. I'm trying to come up with a topic. They are chatting about Space Force. They've been watching it recently on Netflix and they really like it. And they're also talking about some of the cooler things they've seen for Pride Month. There's been some really good TikToks that they've been watching. Zara introduced them to this brand new thing, TikTok. So it's quite a lively discussion that you're joining.
Jessica will join it and kind of go, TikTok. Shouldn't there be a toe at the end of that?
No, it's another social app. The one that I make little videos on sometimes.
Oh, right. Sorry, just woke up. The things are kind of still, yes, processing, and I'm not entirely aware of things in this. Yeah. So big video app. Got it. I should check that out more, though I have to find it on my phone.
She grabs your phone, or if you have your phone out, she'll grab it to start setting it up.
So yeah, me who cannot read now has TikTok. Great.
I mean, it's kind of one of the better ones if you can't read, since it's like videos and not a whole lot of words.
True, it's just signing up might be problematic.
But that's why she's like grabbing it and helping you get set up and everything.
So
So
yeah,
she's gonna have you try to like sound out words as she's helping you go through it,
yes,
but she is kind of using it as like, okay, what's this one? User, name, right?
username. Yeah, okay, name, username. Oh, that's me. I'm the user. It's my
Yeah,
name.
yeah. But you can give yourself whatever name you want on this.
Oh, so it's not my name. It's just my name that I use.
It
So
could be your name.
right. Well, no, that might not be a good idea. Let's go with J32.
So she types that in.
And then we get to password.
Yeah, so she's like, I'm gonna set up a password. I'll have it remember, but I'll set it up so that you can just use your fingerprint to log into this, like everything.
Oh, I have fingerprints. That's right. That sounds great.
So yeah, after a couple minutes, you now have an account set up for TikTok on your phone.
I have to rouse the blood to access my TikTok. That's great. So yeah, I'll set it up and start watching videos and show them the funny videos and that sort of stuff that I come across, and be entirely social with them. but as it gets closer to the time to that other people would be waking up, I would go find Butler, my driver, and ask him for a ride.
So he was with everybody else. He's not part of the, we'll say, lively conversation per se. But
Yeah.
there is like a chair off to the side where he's kind of sitting, arms are crossed, and he's like rolling his eyes every time somebody says TikTok, and like once in a while, "Oh, TikTok, stupid, stupid shit these kids like." But he is there despite kind of being grumpy about everything. He is still with the group.
Okay. So I'd scooch over to his chair and say, "Hey, Butler, I actually need to go somewhere today."
Oh, are you gonna call one of those stupid boobers?
No, I want you to drive me.
Wow, good. I have a car ready. I, in fact, just washed it today.
Lovely. It's gonna be great. Thanks so much.
Well, when do you want to go?
In the next 10 minutes, if possible.
I got shit else to do.
All right. Well, you're getting paid for it, so.
Oh, yes, there is that too.
It's not like I don't pay for you for doing shit else, so here we go.
He flushes a little bit pink as you kind of call him on his shit.
So yeah, I will end up going to the car after getting ready and my nice little outfit that's probably a little too revealing, I guess.
I mean, there's no slut shaming here. Like, if you want to wear something revealing, that's fine.
I mean, it's a short skirt and a tank top with a oversized scarf. There we go.
Okay. So, am I right in guessing that you want to go to Victor's house with this drive?
Yes.
Are we going straight to Victor's house?
Yep.
Okay.
The-
So, how do you go ahead and interact with?
I will get in the car and say, okay, so Butler, what we need to do is this is very important. I need to get to this one house. Here's the address. I give him the address. It's right across the street. It's walking
Uh,
distance.
are you sure you didn't mistake the ad?
No, this is it. It usually takes me an hour to get there.
An hour.
Yeah.
It's right. The vein starts popping out a little along the side of his forehead.
Uh,
Very well. That's fine. I'll drive you.
Thank you.
And he drives right over there. It takes you like a minute.
Wow.
And he parks.
Wow. I didn't know you could do that so fast. I knew I picked the right person for this job.
Uh-huh. Shall I wait here then?
No. We'll probably end up taking someone else's car, but I'll call you if I need a pickup.
Right. I will await the possibility of such a lovely drive again.
I know it's a great drive.
The vein twitches just a little bit again.
Jessica will pull out her wallet and give Butler a wad of random denomination of bills and say, a little extra since you were so nice.
Ah, well, bless your soul after all. Thank you.
Then she will get out of the car and skip up towards the house.
He is going to probably sit and wait to make sure that you get into the house okay, but after that we'll drive off as instructed.
All right. Well, he won't be able to see because I'm going to go invisible as soon as I get to the house.
Oh. Well, he'll shrug once you go invisible, and like, why am I looking at the fucking vampire anyways? Whatever. And drive. I forget, what is this doorknob's name?
Hey,
It's
Ron.
Don? Ron. That's right, Ron.
Ron.
Ah, how are you doing? I feel like we haven't had a chat in a while.
I know it's been forever. I've been so busy. I haven't been able to stop.
Yeah, I've missed you, but I know you're probably getting stuff done.
Oh, a lot of stuff done. You should see what I've gotten done. It's amazing.
Have you heard about the hot dog man?
Did he come back from vacation?
He did. But did you hear what else?
No, what else happened?
He's having a baby.
Yee, a hot dog baby.
Yeah.
He did say something about buns. Who knew it
Yeah.
was a bun in the oven? Ah!
They didn't want to tell anyone too soon, but now they've been telling.
Well, I wonder what he'd name his kid.
Nobody's heard yet.
Gonna have to
Come
find
on.
him.
Yeah, I haven't heard if he's out today, but it's been kind of a quiet night, so I
Oh,
don't
I
know,
hope he's
maybe.
not out today. Bad time to be out in the streets.
Yeah, though around here it's still pretty quiet.
True, it is very quiet here. At least most of the time. Some of the time. Maybe.
Yeah, there have been some nights that have been maybe less pleasant.
I don't know, it seems like fun. I'd like to go out and do this sort of stuff. But I haven't found a good color makeup to make myself look the right color.
Well, I don't really know much about that, so I'm afraid I can't help.
Yeah, you don't really use makeup, do you?
No,
Anyway,
I
I think
don't.
they take it the wrong way. Kinda bad.
Yeah. I don't know a whole lot about that, but I don't think it would go.
No, probably not.
Seems maybe a little over a line. Did you need to go in, or did you just come to visit me?
Oh, I do need to go in, but I need to need to go in, but I love visiting you. Yeah, it's mm, kind of. I should just come visit you at one time and just not go in. That would be nice, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cooler than Victor.
I mean, yeah, it's your house. Of course you are.
You're talking to the doorknob. I thought so.
So, yeah, now that you're talking, Cappy. So this is about the time that Rick comes walking up to the house, because I assume you were planning to come by the houses.
Yep.
So you come walking up and you see Jessica.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, that's right. Is he able to hear you as you're talking?
Probably not. I'd be leaned down to the doorknob talking, kind of conspiratorially at this point. Of course it is. It's your house.
But
Em-
but like, if he was close enough, would he be able to hear you, or
Oh.
is this blocking sound?
No, if he was close enough, he'd be able to hear me. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I guess not until you're right up at the door, Rick, do you hear it sounds just like somebody whispering nearby. Feminine voice.
I kind of look around a minute. Is somebody here?
Oh, watch this. This is gonna be funny.
Oh,
Stick. Stick.
What the fuck?
Fetch the stick.
Oh my god.
At this point, do I recognize the voice and know who that is?
Wits and alertness.
So there was no awareness?
Should I roll a performance?
Yeah, go for it.
Charisma or manipulation?
There you go.
I'm gonna say up to you. I could see an argument either.
I think it's more manipulation, which actually is worse for me. But I like it better. Yep, you can tell.
So yeah, you can tell that this is Jessica whispering.
Talking to the doorknob again, eh?
He's a very nice doorknob.
I'll be in the house and you don't have any conversation. And just to mess with Jessica a little bit, I'm gonna grab the doorknob, make that turn it and open it, and walk in.
Well, you grabbed the doorknob, but well, I should ask Victor. Victor, would you leave her door unlocked, or would I guess like does Rick have a special way in, or would he have to kind of go through Jameson as everyone else? Well, theoretically, everyone else.
No, Rick has can come through the garage and get in the house that way.
No. Okay,
But
probably.
do you
I'll choose the front door, I guess.
would you leave the front door unlocked then, or would that still be locked?
Oh no, the front door is locked.
Yeah. So Rick, as you grab at the handle, it is locked.
Oh. I'd go, ooh, forgot it was locked. And I'd knock.
And Jessica, as he is kind of fumbling with the doorknob, you just hear Ron. It sounds like he's muffled.
That's not how you treat a doorknob.
Doorknob, inanimate object. I'll treat it how I want.
How dare you!
That ain't no way to treat a lady. No way.
Maybe you're just an inanimate object and it will treat you however it wants.
Yeah! Jessica's right!
At this point, he's trying to ignore Jessica. He's not even hearing the doorknob because he knows that's not even talking.
And Jameson answers the door about now and opens it to you kind of waiting there, Jessica, not exactly yelling at you, but not happy with you. Or no, because you're invisible, so he wouldn't even see you. Yeah. So he just opens, he sees you saying, "Oh, hi, Rick. What? Why didn't you just go through the garage, though?"
Didn't think about it. My apologies. Jessica's whispering to the doorknob again.
He's never met Jessica, and he does.
Jessica's here. She's just invisible. Just none of the commanders will probably walk in. It'll probably take a second.
Rick, are you okay? Maybe we should get some medical attention for.
I just shake my head. No need. I have an idea what's going on. I tip my shoulder. It's all good, my friend. Not for you to worry about. I just kind of walk.
Well, I'm going to walk you to the waiting room, just in case.
No, like I said, I have a feeling I know why you're not remembering or whatnot. It is fine. I'm not even going to worry about it.
I'm very sorry I didn't remember your invisible friend. I'll be here if you need anything, though.
To be fair, Jameson actually has met Jessica. She hasn't been invisible the whole time, every time at Victor's house.
But she has wiped his memory every time.
I've either been invisible or wiped his memory.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I kind of went at when I tapped him on the shoulder and just kind of shook my head.
So, from Jameson's point of view, Rick walked in talking about an invisible woman that is talking to the doorknob that he has forgotten from previous encounters and has somehow never seen. So to Jameson, this sounds fucking nuts.
Yeah. And initially, Rick wasn't aware Jameson had been messed with like that until Jameson said something, and he kind of shook his head and went, okay. And just tried to walk by.
So Jessica, are you still hanging outside the door, or do you kind of slip in as they're
Oh,
going in, or what are you doing?
I'd kind of slip in as they're doing this and kind of pat Ron on the head.
He does a little wink, at you.
Mhm.
And Carlotta, you show up at this time.
I knock at the door.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about Joseph. Oh shit. I'm sorry. Okay, but Carlotta, you knock at the door. Jameson was right there. And, he wanted to follow Rick, but given there's a knock at the door and he asked him not to, he turns back. So very shortly after you knock, the door opens. Carlotta, what a relief.
Hi, Jameson. How are you?
Well, I'm doing okay. But you are a sight for sore eyes. Why don't you come?
Thank you so much. I believe Victor is expecting me, but I'm sure you know that.
Yes, he did inform me that you would be by. I I have a chair set up for you. He got some new linens or whatever in, and so I set it up with some very elegant. There's a nice shawl there, and there's a blanket there as well if you'd like. I think you'll really enjoy the patterns and the colors that we got.
Perfect, Jameson. Thank you. As always, so gracious. So I followed Jameson.
He walks a little bit quickly, and so you guys end up, catching up to Rick fairly quickly. Um, and yeah, so you guys are kind of all stepping into the room. I think Jessica is invisibly also stepping into the room. But has anybody reached out to Joseph, and or is Joseph does Joseph just have a mission tonight?
Well, first off, I'm hungry. I need to feed.
I will say, for the sake of keeping things brief, that the your hosts will indulge that for you.
Well, how did the Banu Hakim indulge that for me? Do they have people there for me to drink? I'd like to know.
Yes, there is. There's a few people there who kind of have their own herd. They're willing to share if you're, like polite and whatever.
All right then. Then I am going to sniff out any sanguine blood among them, because that's good for the things I'm studying right now.
You're able to do that pretty easily.
So I take whoever it is, and I grab their wrist, and I sink my fangs deep into it, and I begin to drink until they're slightly woozy. I'm removing 2 hunger, storyteller.
Okay. They are woozy, but this is nothing that they haven't dealt with before. And there's somebody there to attend to them afterwards, so they will be okay.
Alright, I'll lick the wound closed. And then, I suppose I make a phone call, because it seems like, I should have heard from the coterie.
It's been awfully quiet. They give you a smile, and once they kind of see that you're done, they saunter off to join the rest of the herd. And yeah, you place a call. Who you?
I call Victor. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hello, Victor.
Ah, Joseph. How are you?
I am fine. It's been a couple nights since we've all met up. What's the plan?
Well, funny you should mention that. Carlotta is, if she has not already arrived, is on her way here. Rick is here. Oh, soon will be. Um, uh, Jessica is, well, Jessica. I can assume she's going to come at some point.
She may already be there.
Quite possibly, yes.
Very well, I will make my way there. And last thing, storyteller, I'm going to stop at a dispensary before heading to Bob's.
Okay. That is not difficult to do. You are able to do that.
Alright, I'm gonna buy some weed then.
You have resources, correct?
I do, too.
That's right. Yes. Okay.
So unless there's any problems with that, I do that.
No. I just wanted to make sure if you had a very small amount of resources, this might be a little bit of a strain on the budget. But at 2, you're safe to do unless you're buying an obscene amount of product.
No, I don't need an obscene amount of product.
Okay, then yes, this is no
The real question is, do you have legal ID?
Yes.
He's a therapist, so he's got to have some shit.
Indeed. And then, as I'm making my way there, the last thing I'm going to tell you I do is I rouse the blood for a ritual.
Okay. Ooh, the beast is excited as you do this.
Alright, so while I'm there, I put a little slice in my hand, and I take one of the nugs of this weed, and I start bleeding all over it, and then just rolling it around in my hand, and I start whispering an incantation.
Is this on the street?
I mean, not exactly on the street. I'm probably taking public transportation, so I'm probably on the bus. Or
That's
the
even worse.
or the or the L. Probably the L.
Well, if you there is a good little spot if you go on the L. There's one seat at like the back of the car that you can't really see into that people usually avoid because it's usually full of urine from people falling asleep in there that are very, very, unfortunately, very drunk. So that would be a place where you could probably pull something like this off without alarming a number of people around.
And I
you.
definitely do that because I don't need to breathe, so what do I care?
Yep, the seat is wet when you sit on it.
Such is life.
Yeah, that's how I found out that this was why people avoided that seat. It was unfortunate.
So, yeah, squish, I sit down. And I start doing what I said. I cut my hand, I rouse the blood into it, and I start rolling this nug of weed around in the blood in my hand and whispering this incantation to myself. There's another roll involved, but I don't need to roll it until I actually use what I am trying to do.
Okay. Out, I'm gonna take a minute here, guys, so that I can ask him what exactly he is doing. So, give me 1 sec.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Well, it's up to him if he wants to share it with all of you out of character, but this would be nothing that you know in character.
I know not in
understand.
character. I might know out of character. Probably know out of character.
Okay, I know what it does now. Alright, so you do that.
Alright.
And so we will jump back to Victor's sitting room, where all of you are gathered, except for Joseph. And I believe, unless she says anything different, that Jessica is invisible. And then after a little bit, we'll have Joseph join us.
All right.
Out of character, Ryan, can you tell us what it is you're doing?
Are you really that scared, Mom?
Interested.
I'm basically making weed that could affect vampires.
Awesome.
So you're all sitting in the room. Are you just gonna stare at each other?
No, we're talking. Is Victor in there? I'm guessing.
Yes, Victor joined.
Yeah, I guess it's Victor. I think Jessica's been doing something to your butler. When I mentioned she was talking to the door knob but invisible, he looked at me like I'd lost my mind.
Yes, I have. I have my suspicions as to what Lady Jessica's been up to. Haven't you, my dear? He says to the room.
I'm not here.
So I was just gonna ask, where are you, Jessica? Did you go into the
Oh, I'm
room?
in the room. Yes, I'm in the room, and I say I'm not here.
Oh, so you actually say that.
Yes, I actually say that.
And I'm guessing it's like at an audible level, so they would be able, or would this be something? I guess I'm
Barely
asking.
audible. Barely audible for the room.
Okay, so then I will have you guys roll alertness and wits to see if you hear Jessica's response to Victor's call.
You mean awareness, just no alertness. It's not on my sheet
Yeah,
anymore.
probably awareness is what I mean. So, um, Rick, you can just hear it. You maybe aren't totally uh sure that it's definitely Jessica, but you heard something. Victor, you definitely heard it. You know that it's Jessica and you're fucking pissed.
Jessica, I do not appreciate these games you're playing in my house and with my staff. Please show yourself.
But I wasn't playing games in your house. I was outside. And Jessica will kind of move away from where she is.
Jesus Christ.
You're staying invisible though?
Yes, but I'm going to a different area.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I understood. Victor, like I said, you're mad. This probably wouldn't sit well with you. All right, so Carlotta was also able to hear Jessica whispering.
I'm back, I'm sorry.
No worries. But yeah, Jessica essentially ignored you. You're still kind of pissed. Your blood is like surging at this point.
Jessica, I know you're here, my dear. You're being quite rude. I did ask you to show yourself, please, so we can discuss this.
I'm not actually trying to talk sense into a Malkavian. That would be hell. I would like to even see that. That'd be interesting to watch a temple.
Oh, I know quite well what you're saying, Rick. But even a Malkavian, should have a little bit of knowledge of societal morals, shall we say?
You would think.
Meanwhile, Jessica's heading towards the kitchen.
All right.
But then again, Jessica talks to your doorknob, who I guess in her mind talks back because apparently holds conversations with nothing.
Yes, I have had circumstance to know exactly what goes on in her mind.
Yeah, I'd rather stay out of her mind. I did kind of have a little fun at her expense when I grabbed and kind of not enough to damage it, but enough to I don't know how make Jessica right when I squeezed the doorknob he was apparently talking to. I don't think I got a reaction, but I was kind of hoping just to mess with her.
Yes, I had to replace a perfectly good doorknob with a new doorknob because she said I insulted the old doorknob.
I wouldn't have replaced it. I'd have just said, "Oh well," and kept the doorknob. I just was gonna rip the doorknob off. I don't think you're in trouble for getting yelled at by a doorknob.
Well, I did it to appease her, and I thought I would be sly about it, and I just bought her an identical doorknob. That way, I wouldn't have to bother replacing mine. Somehow, she knew.
Yeah, unfortunately they do that. I couldn't tell you how. I don't even want to attempt to figure out how. But yeah,
Maybe the doorknob just explained that, what you had done.
Oh, please don't indulge her anymore, my dear.
I was gonna say I think Jessica broke Carlotta.
No, she is unique though, and I enjoy watching watching this.
Yes, but at the moment, what she's doing is neither amusing nor conducive to maintaining our coteries balance, shall we say. And we may have to rethink things if she insists on persisting in this type of behavior.
Well, if Joseph ever gets here, things will calm down. He seems to be able to keep her under control. I have no idea what he does, but it apparently works.
Well, perhaps you're right there.
Is that the outside door? Okay. So Jameson opens the door after maybe half a.
Ah, nice to see you, Jameson. I hear everybody's gathered.
Um, yes, I haven't seen Jessica though. Oh
But
wait, no, he doesn't
yeah,
know her. Never mind.
but
Sorry.
Jessica will be going to when the door's knocked on, and she will touch Jameson and say, "Forget."
Ah, hell.
So
Now,
would it,
Easton Gould is no longer a normal human, so does
Yeah,
he
he
get a
gets
roll against?
yeah, he can roll
he gets
now.
bonuses, I believe. So, oh no, he can roll is the thing. Bonuses is a different thing.
I almost feel bad for poor Jameson, constantly getting mind fucked all the time.
Yeah, dude's gonna start having memory issues at some point.
Are you gonna roll it, Lori, or do you want me to roll it?
Do you have his stats?
No, I don't. I don't have.
Just
At
don't
some
have him bot, because I don't want to see what happens with a bot. That could be really bad.
at some
It's a intelligence and a resolve versus my manipulation and domination.
Okay. At some point, Bob, you and I should sit down to put together a full character sheet for him, but I will just make some estimates here for a reasonable roll.
All right.
I'm sorry, Devil. You said intelligence and
Resolve.
resolve? Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Oh, he might actually pass. Let me re-roll, actually. Okay, 3 successes.
Sorry, I was kind of thinking out what I was doing here.
That's fine. I just figured it didn't matter if I rolled or not, so I'd go ahead and get it out of the way.
Indeed. Okay, so. Oh, so you tied.
Which means both go off. So he both resists and I succeed, which I suppose means we roll again?
Yeah. Let's just do that. Oof. Oof. Yep. All right. Yep. He forgets. So what does he forget?
Answering the door and, Joseph.
He looks
But-
confused. Oh,
But he
go
still
ahead.
remembers the knocking.
Okay, and Joseph, as she kind of does this, what are you doing? Are you like trying to get out of the way so that you don't catch his attention, or like basically are you in on the whatever you want to call it, I guess, prank with her, or
I mean, can I hear her speak?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
then yeah, I just go walking past.
okay. So yeah, so he remembers the knock then. So he kind of stops and rubs his head for a second. He's like, "The door, right? The door. What am I doing?" And he opens the door and he's like, "Oh, what? I heard a knock." And he steps outside and kind of looks around a little bit, and he's like, what the hell? And then just comes back in, kind of shrugs his shoulders, and wanders to the kitchen. Unless you're doing something to intercept him.
Oh, no, I wouldn't intercept him. I'd let him go. He needs his kitchen time.
Indeed. Okay, so Jessica is standing, kind of in the entrance. Uh, Joseph, did you head towards the sitting room, or are you up to some other mischief? And then Jessica, what is your I don't know, your plan?
My plan is to not have a plan.
Okay, what is the next step then that you take?
The next step would be going exploring, which might end up leading me to the sitting room. I don't know yet. Let's see.
Okay.
I wish there was a random roll thing. Actually, I can just do this. Let's do. Yeah, I'd end up going to the sitting room.
Okay. But I think Joseph would be a little more direct than you. So we'll probably have him step in, and then whenever you feel it would be appropriate for Jessica to be called to the sitting room, you can feel free to step into the conversation as you please. If
All
that
right.
sounds
So, I come walking in and I look over at everyone. Well, all of you sure got here fast.
Oh, did they get here fast, or were you dawdling, sir?
I never dawdle.
No, they apparently everyone arose early this evening. Uh, they were just anxious to be here.
Yes, and now that you're here, Joseph, can you somehow get Jessica under control? She's been, I'm going to put this, but more Mocavian than usual, I guess one way to put it.
Hi, Joseph. Good to see you.
You seem to be able to calm her down, or whatever the heck it is you do to get her under control. You seem to be able to do something.
Well, I I make every attempt to speak to her as a person, as you put it. Uh, I don't. Well, regardless, I cannot continue to have her using her powers on my staff as she does. Joseph, if there's, and even now she's being quite willful. She's been in the house for a bit, but stays is refusing to become visible, and you can see Victor's just very upset. I'm at a loss for words at the moment, Joseph.
I think you need to take a relaxer. You've been quite angry a few nights. Your beast is getting the better of you right now. You look more like a Bruja than a Ventrue.
How dare you, sir?
I've got to call it how I see it.
Very well, I understand that. And what would you call it when someone just obviously abuses the rules of being a good guest in someone's home?
Merely
I'd probably walk in at this time, but I would remain quiet.
Okay.
Are you
Noted.
visible?
No, I'm not visible.
No, I didn't mean to imply you were her keeper or anything of that nature, Joseph, but she does seem to listen to you. Uh, and if you would, if you could at the very least talk to her about her behavior and see if you can do anything to modify it, at least when she's in my home.
Okay, I pop out.
Hi, Jessica. Wonderful to see you.
Hi, glad to be seen. It's great. Unless you don't want to be seen, in which case it's great not to be seen, which is actually quite interesting. And lonely and fun and lonely, but fun. So yeah, don't need to relay anything. Interesting talk you were having, though. That was interesting. Controlling me or getting me to change my. Ooh, I should invent something. Maybe. Huh.
Either way, I've been thinking a lot about how Sun wants us to start spying on James Garrett. I agree it's probably a trap.
Oh, more than a trap. More than a trap.
But I also believe that we might be able to play it to our own advantage. Getting close with Sun, if he does keep up his arrangement supporting Bob. Not Bob, sorry. Victor. And we get Victor in, then he'll probably be of no more use to us and we could get rid of him. With that, we could move our own Primogen into the Malkavians as well. I look over at Jessica.
Ooh, sounds like fun.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
I've already been working. Which reminds me, I should update my status on Malkbook.
Okay.
Just gonna start pulling up my laptop and accessing the cobweb. That invisible laptop that no one can see.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, you pull it up, and it takes a minute, but pressing a couple buttons, you get it, logged in, and yeah, Milkbook pops up so you can make your adjustments. You also have notifications.
Ooh, notifications. I'm going to click on the notifications and check those out before I make my posts.
You got invited to a secret group, and it doesn't really say exactly what it's about, but it does give you. I'll come up with where it is later, but it gives you a location that you can go to. Um, they meet every week on Thursdays, and it says, if you want to join, come here.
Awesome. I will take note of that location and check out the other notifications.
There's a number from Sun, kind of blasting out, like, hey, the next group therapy. Wait. Okay, whatever. It's the Milkbook. Well, whatever. Or it's your laptop. I was wondering how you're reading this, but we'll just say it's some magic shit. Oh, I know what it is. You see little video, like each notification is like a little video where you see
No,
like the
I
person.
I can read my laptop. That's the only thing I can read currently. Because we've already
Okay.
established that I was reading directions.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's some from Sun, like I said. There's the announcement of, the next group therapy that he really wants to see everybody there. and there's also some blasts about the La Sombra and kind of overall like distrustful, kind of trying to get the general Malkavian opinion to be low. It seems is kind of the intent of these posts. And then let me check one note here real quick.
Academic specialization for a butler. Anyone got one?
I have a couple butlers.
What did the butler study?
How to be a better butler?
House care.
Can you study house care?
Home economics.
Okay.
Societal accoutrements.
So, Devil, you also have one more notification. It's basically like trending topic notification, you know? It's not like directly from anybody, but it says Santos asking around.
Interesting. I'm gonna post my first anonymous post saying, "We need a voice. It's time for a change."
All right.
And then I'll log on to my other account for a different anonymous user thing, and immediately post to the Santos thing, "Who's asking?"
After a minute or so, you get a response. Santos is asking various ones of our kind.
What was the original? It was Santos. Anyone?
So the original topic was Santos is asking around.
Ah, okay.
And this message seems to indicate that they've been chatting with various Malkavians.
I will respond with, "Fascinating." I will then move to my official account and post on the notification for the group therapy. Whee!
Okay. Very shortly after, you get a notification that Sun liked your
So yeah, I would then kind of double check on the time for a change comment from the original, the anonymous time for a change comment, kind of the rallying of support. sort of ideal.
There's a couple likes on it. And one anonymous user has said, "What kind of change are you talking about?"
I will go back to the account I originally posted on and say a change where our voices matter, where we can say what we need to, and people will listen.
Shortly after it responds, "But Sun listens. That's why we have therapy."
But does Sun respond?
Well, yes, we always talk during therapy.
Talk during therapy, but what about where it really matters?
It responds, "I feel like Sun is there when it matters."
Is that why we have this new primogen?
By the way, as this chat has been going on, where you've posted a little bit more about what you think, you've started to accumulate a few more likes. It seems like they're rolling in a little bit faster. There's even a couple likes on, comments about, not being listened to or, not having their voice there, things like that.
Mhm.
Sorry, I totally lost track. What was the last thing you posted? Oh, right, where it really matters. Yep, yep. So you can keep kind of going back and forth, but this, like, truthfully sounds like either somebody who is very close to Sun or potentially could even be Sun himself trying to figure out what this is about. You don't really know. It could be anybody, obviously.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna leave the. Basically, this is a push to get the Malkavian group thinking about what they need.
Yeah, and you like over time, we're not going to say like right now, but just, so that you kind of know what to expect. Over time, you'll get a couple more comments where people are saying things about what they're kind of displeased with in the current environment. It doesn't feel like the good of Malkavians is really what the Primogen is representing, but his own good. And our our status in Elysium isn't really any better. If anything, it's worse. They think we're cruel. Couple little comments here and there about, what's up with Garrett? Sun puts more effort into that than any Malkavian. Um, just kind of little comments like that are accumulating over time.
No. So yeah, I'd start keeping careful watch on that and reply cryptically as the original user to any, basically keep it going sort of thing.
Okay, yeah. But we'll leave it there for right now so
Yes.
that we can try to do a little bit more tonight. But we can kind of pick that up at another point to keep it going if you're.
Yeah, it's something that she really would have done in the moment. So
Yeah, I like it.
yes, role play amongst yourself as Jessica sits there crazily typing on something you guys can't see.
Yeah.
Well, Victor,
Yes, my dear.
I just wanted to touch base a little bit on how it's going with the building and everything. to your knowledge?
Well, as you know, my dear, the wheels of government turn slowly, uh, and sometimes they get stuck and need a little greasing. And I've been liberally applying grease where needed, but these things will still take a bit of time. But we are progressing satisfactorily as far as getting the permits, and the other things necessary for us to begin renovation and also prepare for the business itself to open.
Jessica will speak up as she's typing. The renovations was my thing. I've already handled that. That's fine.
I believe you were looking for licensing, Bob, for, specifically for being able to sell marijuana and like have a dispensary and all that.
Oh, all right. Well then, blah blah blah. Getting the licensing for the dispensaries progressing satisfactorily, if a bit slowly.
Okay, I do understand that, given the interesting times we live in at this, as it seems we're being impacted as well.
Well, yes, but especially with the human panic over the pandemic and the other events of late, it may take a bit of time.
I have spoken to my agent, and we're looking at doing some commercial.
Excellent, my dear. Uh, Perhaps I should be looking into getting permits to have live entertainment then.
I think that would be one to start out with, just a small group, but I think something intimate would be nice.
Very well. I'll have my attorney look into getting that started as well.
Thank you. Also, I'm passing the word. Um, Besides doing commercials, I'm talking to people that I know and having them talk to people that they know to garner interest in this venture.
I hope it's gone farther than the I'll have your people call my people type thing.
Yeah.
Excellent, my dear.
I'm actually, since we've been at a stalemate as far as concerts go, I'm actually looking forward. I'm looking forward to doing a video feed and getting other friends to do video feeds as well, seeing if we can co-join them with our technicians.
That would be lovely, my dear.
What's happening for you, Rick?
Not a whole lot. Haven't even spoke with my permission since she got pissed at me. I've thought about trying to speak to her again, but I hope she's cooled off if I decide to. Speaking of pissed off Gengar Primogen is not a very good thing to do. I did hear you guys talking about your business like that, but if you get ended up with part of business, we kind of stay out of that. When it goes to Garrett and all that, no, I really don't know yet, honestly. Kind of a wait and see, I suppose. Probably shouldn't, but I don't know. There's not much of an opinion on stuff at the moment. Don't know.
I'm just curious. Why on earth are you talking to your Primogen again after what happened?
I haven't yet. I said I've been thinking about it, but I haven't yet.
Yes, that's what I'm asking. Why on earth would you do that?
I don't know. I figure at least trying to talk to her, keep her from getting too angry. Trust me, a pissed off Gangrel is something you do not want.
So what is your plan then with your Primogen?
Not sure. I think I might know able to tell her, but don't worry. Clearly can't say anything regarding this. But I don't know, honestly. I may have a plan, I might not. I don't know.
Please share.
That's not sure. And there are things she wants now. I can't tell her, and I might be able to tell her some things. It wouldn't have anything to do with you guys, so you got nothing to worry about that due to the whatever was done to me.
Storyteller, is he lying to me? Well, am I able to check if he's lying to me?
You should know he's not, because he can't say anything about the group to anybody. Made sure of that.
Rick, I'm curious too. Why would you, at this point, really venture out to your Primogen? It seems counterproductive.
I don't know. I haven't decided if I am yet or not. I might not. I was just kind of thinking about it. I really want to at least keep relations with my premium jet in case you actually might need help with anything. I mean, having more contacts is not a bad thing, so.
I thought we were kind of seeking help within our group.
I know I'm saying in case we might need to. It might not ever happen, but having a contact and the options is always a good thing, isn't it?
I don't know, because having discovered a lot more about the deviousness of my Primogen and her agenda, which did not exactly line up, I actually have not been reaching out to her, truthfully.
When I learned of my Primogen, doesn't seem like she has anything devious. She just likes to be in the know, so to speak. At least that's what I've been able to gather so far.
The real issue here I see is that you're evading.
I am not evading. I don't actually have a plan. If I had a plan, I'd tell you.
But you want to speak to her about something.
I've thought about it. Haven't made a decision on it yet. I mean, she is pretty much another Gangrel. It's nice to talk to one.
Why is it so important to talk to her?
I don't know, honestly.
You give me a lot of I don't knows for something you keep saying you want to do.
Thinking of doing. Hadn't really decided if I wanted to or not. I guess I wasn't too thrilled to leave it like it was with her being pissed off at me. I don't want my primogen being pissed off at me. I guess is what it is.
So you're frightened of her.
She's a gangrel, and probably a very powerful one. I'm probably wise to be a little cautious.
Caution and fear are two different things.
Eh, whatever.
I'm just
So
suggesting.
what can you offer her to smooth it over then?
You're right. I don't know when I could off. I probably just piss her off again, which I don't want to do.
Which again brings us back to why you would want to speak to her in the first place, dear boy.
Yeah, you make a good point. It might be best if I don't.
So, Kathy,
uh,
you're gonna need to roll a subterfuge and manipulation to keep saying that you don't know what you're going to talk to her about, because you do know what you want to talk to her about.
Oh, well, yeah, kind of.
What do I roll
Some manipulation and
against it?
subterfuge.
Insight and wait, sorry, what did you say, Cappy?
Some manipulation and subterfuge.
Yes, that's for you. For anybody who wants to try to discern whether he really is just kind of like, I don't know what I'm going to talk to her about, I'm just going to talk to her. Or if he does actually have a certain topic in mind, you can roll an insight and wit.
Oh, damn.
So, Victor, you know this is bullshit. There's something on his mind. Otherwise, he wouldn't be constantly thinking about it and going back and forth on whether.
Uh-oh. I'm not even sure why I know what that's for.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to do that.
So, Carlotta, you know, Victor, you figure it out quickest. But Joseph, sorry, you're kind of like, I don't know, maybe he is really just that, like, stupid and blank-minded. Maybe he just really doesn't. Jessica,
Goddamn.
same.
Yeah, I'm paying more attention to the cobweb right now.
Yeah, but fucking Victor had to roll a 4. God damn it.
So, Rick, now that, let's drop the act, what exactly is it you want to, talk to your primogen about? And don't give me the I don't know, because you know very well what it is, and now you will tell me.
I agree with him.
Perhaps
Rick.
after she found it entering her son's distrust of Garrett, she might distrust Garrett too to a quick to her advantage.
Say what, Kate, you broke up.
Me?
Yes.
They said she might find son's mistrust of Garrett interesting, and maybe that could benefit us as well if she distrusts him as well. That was it.
So your plan was to take our Mark, who we are literally making a plan against right now, and give it over to your primogen.
I'm not acting like that. Just bring it up to.
Victor, am I understanding this correctly?
That's what it sounds like to me.
I can't think of anything good that would come out of this. It's like you haven't learned.
I've learned, which is why I said how it could benefit us. I thought if she distrusted Garrett too, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll help get my information. Like, that's what I was thinking. Whether she give any, I don't know, but that's what I was thinking.
Really? Because it sounds to me like you've not been thinking at all. To put it quite bluntly.
I've been actually doing a lot of thinking, actually.
Rick, not that long ago, you put
Thinking of how
us,
to benefit us, not against us, I should clarify.
Rick, not that long ago, you put us in an extremely precarious position.
The lotus position.
If you're talking about the Victory and you thing, that was already known. Those I talked to, I don't think they even spoke to anybody. Seemed like that was already known before I even mentioned it to them, or at the same time mentioned it to them. Besides, I don't think Gangrel talked to. I don't know. Did I know what kind of those ones were?
Literally just heard from
How's the host?
Garrett how rumors are being spread about that.
Gangrel tend to do that. At least that I'm aware of, they do anyway.
I am opting to go back to the original plan. Send him back to the doghouse, we'll discuss things, and then he can come back.
I don't have a dog house. I have a guest house. Or guest room, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's a guest house.
Oh, okay. I remember his room we're at.
But I can assure you, Rick, you are attempting to put yourself in the doghouse as a.
By trying to get us another ally? You say so.
Your idea for getting us another ally is to pit them against someone we're running a complex plan against, thus giving us another threat to deal with. Now, if we're going to take down all the Primogen, I guess that's what we're going to do. But do understand this, if you play the game you're talking about playing right now, I will be killing your Primogen.
One, or taking out my Primogen, and two, what my Primogen do to get your Irish is none anything as far as I'm aware.
It's what she will do if you do what you're talking about. Right now, you're right. She's not a threat. She's no reason to have my ire, as you put it. But the moment you put your plan into play, she becomes a threat. And unlike all the other threats that I'm dealing with, as you keep saying, she's a Gangrel. Which, I mean, if you were one, you'd be a threat.
I am a Gangrel.
Of course you are. Either way, let's figure out what we're going to do about this problem looking at Cappy. So that we can actually move about doing action for the real plan.
Wait, we weren't supposed to be doing action for the real plan?
You can-
Shoot, I just pressed send.
No, Jessica, you keep doing action for the real plan.
Oh, okay.
You're golden and you're doing a great job.
Yay! Gold star.
Side note, storyteller, I would like to actually buy gold stars at some point. So that I can give them to Jessica as a reinforcement.
Okay.
But yeah, looking back to Rick. Come on, guys, we gotta figure out what we're doing about Rick. Rick is a threat right now.
How exactly am I a threat?
Um,
I haven't
we-
gone anywhere or done anything.
Yet.
I don't plan to now.
We have a lot going
I don't
on.
desire my primogen to get killed, thank you very much.
I understand, but right now, Rick, subterfuge is our best friend. We have a lot going on right now.
Yes, I'm aware, and I thought maybe we should get help, but if you don't think it benefit us, then I will not speak to her. Because that was why I was going to speak to her, because I thought it would help us. But if you don't think it would make things worse, I won't do it.
Let me take a look at something.
Uh-oh.
Out of character, I want to look at my sheet real fast.
Go for it.
I mean, every time you look at your sheet, isn't it out of character? And if it isn't, then are all the rest of us just not looking at our real life character sheets?
No one knows
We're in
just
the
where we're
Matrix.
going.
What do you mean? I look at my real life character sheet all the time.
I know, that's why you keep fudging on it.
I mean, I do like to increase my charisma.
Exactly. It's not a dump stat. Oh, it's not a dump stat. No, it's not. So,
Well, Joseph is the best at intimidation, aren't you? We were just looking.
who do you want me to intimidate?
Well,
Everybody looks at Cappy.
I think we should just have him intimidate the open air. Stop
you go.
being so open air. Just
Yep.
I'm okay with that.
So, Are you literally telling me to intimidate him? Is that what's happening here? Did you really look at me and say, Joseph, intimidate him?
It was a passing thought. I'm frankly a little bit worried, Rick, that maybe in spite of the fact that it would go against anything that would be productive, that you might still reach out to your primogen.
Let me put it plainly for you, Rick. You need to decide right now, are you part of this coterie or not?
I am part of this coterie. Like I said, I thought doing it would help us, just an ally, or in some way benefit us. But apparently, it does not seem that is what will happen, so I will not speak to her. I am trying to help this coterie, which is, I'm glad you guys have said that it will go worse than, try it again, will not benefit us rather than benefit us. Knowing that, I will not speak to her. So thank you for mentioning that. I didn't realize it would have gone worse than not. I thought she would be an ally and help us, but apparently that's not what would happen. So
Allow me to make it easy for you, Rick. Talking to the council, talking to your primogen, all these are bad things. Don't
I wouldn't
do
talk to
them.
the council because then the prince is here, and I don't want him knowing
I
anything.
did not ask you to speak at this moment. I was explaining it to you. Now, are you ready to listen, or are you going to continue speaking?
I will listen.
You talk.
Oh yeah, Bob, you got your thing finally. Somebody
Really?
listened.
I'm not sure.
Forgot about that.
So,
Good enough for me to take care of it.
you, as of this moment, you don't talk to anyone without talking to us, one of us first, and seeing if it's okay for you to talk to them. You make no plans without discussing those plans with one of us first. Am I making myself clear on this, sir?
Crystal, why do you think I mentioned it to begin with? To talk it over with you guys.
Yeah,
He was going to talk to him anyway.
I will just ignore that statement for the moment. But are we clear on what your role in this is?
Yes.
Are we going to have this discussion again, being as this is now the second time we've had to have this discussion?
No, I'm not going to have it again.
Very well, then.
Cat videos are so adorable.
Okay then. random stuff.
There is. It would be a pretty good assumption.
That's an excellent idea.
Blue Velvet.
Do what?
Blue Velvet?
I think right now Rick's just gonna be quiet.
And I missed what you said.
You guys need to look into Garrett's activities for Sun if he is going to help support Victor's claim to Primogen status. The best bet of finding Garrett right now is at Elysium, which is being held at Blue Velvet. But Joseph is not actually part of the Camarilla, and so he is not as in touch with that as pretty much all the rest of you would be.
I'm in touch with nothing.
That's why I said pretty much all of you.
I believe I can take care of that for you.
Wait, does that mean I have to have new pants? I was thinking skirts are good.
Is Joseph sitting on one of Victor's chairs? Okay.
And approximately what time is it right now?
It's probably about like 11, maybe 10:30 at night.
The night is young.
I just wondered if I'd have time to run home and change if we're going to Blue Velvet.
I mean, you could stop. You could drive separately and stop on the way there to change.
And Carlotta thinks that's what I think that's what I'll do. As I actually came somewhat casually dressed, I wanted to get there a little quicker than I normally would because I'm not always that quick at getting ready. So I asked my assistant if she will take me home so that I can quickly change into something more appropriate for a nightclub.
She, complies. You don't have to ask her. She'll do whatever, you're asking of her.
Joseph, did you or anyone else, did you find it odd that Carlotta just ran out of here all of a sudden?
I assumed it was because of my pants.
Yeah, it may have been beneficial to at least shout back to the group what your plan is, Carlotta.
She apparently doesn't, so we just assume she left because of my pants, which seems pretty Toreador to me, so...
It does.
I thought you all heard me say Oh yeah, I was speaking to the GM. Never mind. Group, I'm gonna go change into something a little more nightclubish. I should not be long at all. Do you want me to meet you there, or are you all going to wait here? What time are you planning on making an appearance?
I believe it would be best, my dear, if you made your own way there, if you were going home.
Okay, then I will change and I will meet you all there.
Excellent.
Did you know she could change into a nightclub?
I was unaware.
Me too.
A woman of many talents.
So is Bob able to get me pants, Laura?
Bob is able to get you pants. These feel like much nicer pants than what you typically wear.
I guess we
Especially
all
since
got to
they're
get
not
dressed.
covered in piss.
Well, yeah.
What?
So, are you guys all making your way to Elysium?
Yep.
Probably.
I would kind of step by my room to kind of just scraggle the scratch on the ear and make sure he's okay before. Or I'll just have him follow, but keep out of Elysium. Trying to keep an eye out for any shit going down.
He will definitely try to follow you. So,
Oh,
unless
yeah,
you
I
tell him
figured.
to stay away, he will follow.
Yeah, Risker's okay with that.
Okay, I'm on my way to Elysium as well. I did not take a lot of time to get ready.
Okay, just a quick stop to get fresh clothes.
Exactly, and something a little more, as I said, for a nightclub.
Yeah, and I suppose I'll probably just ride with Victor if he's getting a ride.
Yeah, Victor is going to drive.
You're
Victor
driving yourself?
Let me rephrase. Victor is going to be driven.
Okay.
Just so you know, I gave Jameson some drives so that he can drive the car if you want him to.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, then Jameson will drive.
Perfect.
Also, you have access to Jameson's key sheet if you look, Bob.
Oh, cool.
He's got some nice little tricks I taught him.
Excellent.
Alright, so we arrive at Blue Velvet, yeah!
Alright.
Oh man, I should have changed. I could have worn black satin to blue velvet.
Oh my god.
Next time. Forgot the garlic nuts.
Bluer than velvet was the night.
So, what's our plan here with James Garrett? Are we just going to watch him, or should we engage with him if we see him?
I'm not gonna engage him. Yeah, well, that depends on the ring.
I'll probably just keep back and watch.
I'm just traveling through the crowd subtly, greeting people and staying a little bit low key, but still saying hi to some people. Just greet and keeping him in sight.
I love it. The rest of us are in the car, and Bob's got it and is like, yeah, let's club it up.
I mean, to be fair, she came in her own car.
I know.
So
I just think that's great.
Party up in here. Whoop, whoop.
But yeah, I'm asking Victor this. How does he think we should engage this?
Well, I believe, at least for this evening, it should be more of a this should be more of a reconnaissance mission than engaging him directly, unless the opportunity should present itself.
I think that you might be able to engage him socially and get him to spill some secrets. Especially if I give you this. And I, hand Bob the, bag with the nug that is, like, completely caked in blood now.
Woohoo!
If you can get him to touch this, I can attempt to work some of my magic to bring down his inhibitions and make his tongue more to your liking.
Oh my.
Does he indulge as far as you know?
You just need to make contact with him. You just need to make him touch it somehow.
Do you indulge? I mean,
I got you,
kinda-
Victor.
I mean, Jessica, if you want to indulge later, yes, I could use the same ritual to do the same effect for you.
oh, so it actually works on. Okay.
Is it possible for perhaps Victor and you to make me privy to this info? Because
Nope, neither of
I
us have
could've
that level of auspex. The only way, Mom, is for us to find you and tell you about the plan.
that's what I was referring to.
We can attempt to do that.
Couldn't y'all just text each other?
Because
That's
if
also
so, I could actually go up, say hi to him as well, and possibly, you know, give him a friendly hug while dropping it in his pocket. Oh, never mind. It has to touch his skin. Would he be aware of it touching him?
Depends how you do it. It's why I'm seeing what our best plan is for doing that right now.
Okay.
Because this is something that, yeah, we're gonna have to be a little sneaky about.
Is there? I mean, do they dance at Elysium?
Not like in the area where like actual Elysium happens, but there is a kind of mixed section in each location where mortals can come in and there's dancing and it just feels like kind of a normal club. And you'll sometimes find, other kindred, in that crowd dancing, but in Elysium proper.
Okay. I need to feed anyway, which means it would leave me a little flush. I wonder if I could talk him indeed into joining me to dance. Being a little coquettish, maybe. No, I'm at the club.
Joseph, what if we were to get either Jessica or Carlotta to Well, I don't know. I've never seen it. Do you know? Does the esteemed Mr. Garrett, does he engage in any of the other activities of the club?
I would not know. Oh, but if we were going with that plan, Carlotta's probably our better bet. Her wily nature will help.
Yes, I do agree. And the oh, lack of insanity uh, would not be a bad thing as well.
I mean, do you need it to be constantly touching him, or does it just have to touch him?
It just needs to touch him once for me to start or to enact it.
Anybody got? Has anyone ever used spitballs at Elysium?
I don't
Um,
believe so.
it's certainly possible, but not in your memory.
I text Carlotta to come outside.
Thank you for finally uniting the party.
I come out and join you all. It's great to see you. It looks like a good crowd. I've been keeping our quarry under watch.
Did you notice if Garrett was there?
Yes, actually he is.
You
Oh,
did
I
not
didn't.
see your-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, GM. Is he there?
He was not in the dancing area that you were in, no. But you didn't check all of Elysium, so he could still be somewhere.
So I get Carlotta in the car. And I have Victor show her the blood-soaked bud.
Okay, what is this?
It is a ritual that I prepared ahead of time. If you can just get it to touch his skin, hopefully he'll come under the effects of the narcotic there and become more malleable to our questioning. Malleable.
I can certainly attempt to do that.
Honestly, Carlotta, I need you to flat out seduce him.
I think that's a possibility.
And if he's not into you, Carlotta, I look over to Victor. I expect you to seduce him.
Wait, what about me? No, I probably can't. Never mind. I'm not a little boy. Oh wait, that's Torn.
I'm not even sure what to say to that.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, we, Alright, so.
So what are we doing? We're going back into peruse the place more carefully to see if we can't locate.
Yeah, but we're also, I suppose we're giving you the bud as well.
Now, do I need to make sure that it doesn't touch my skin?
You know, the ritual doesn't really specify. So, storyteller's call there.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, so I wrap it in a lacy handkerchief
So
and put
you,
it in my night wrap.
So you're
my,
taking it out of the bag and putting it in your handkerchief?
No, I'm leaving it in the bag still because I'm going to work out the logistics of this.
Understood. So yeah, we go into Elysium, storyteller.
So everyone's going in. Carlotta's just the one approaching him. Theoretically.
Right.
I mean, Bob can approach him too, probably. I'm probably the only one who can't just go approach James Garrett and have it not look bad.
Probably, honestly, Rick too.
Yeah, Rick can stay with me. I will babysit Rick right now. I will be the leash. So I'm like, come on, Rick, let's go this way. And I bring him off over towards the bar. What'd you say, Cappy?
I said I don't need a babysitter.
I didn't say anything about babysitter. Now come on, we're going to the bar, you and me.
Well, you only drink, but I guess I can sit there.
Oh, I'm sure we can get you some blood or something.
You can indeed, if you kind of use the right code word or order a drink that is actually just blood, but it sounds like it's some sort of cocktail.
This is really boring. There's no one to talk to.
Go talk to the Malkavians, Jessica.
That would be great. We could connect on so many levels.
Exactly.
Literally levels. Levels you haven't even seen.
You got this, Jessica. And just think of all the gold stars you're gonna get.
Yay! I'm gonna go off and talk to Malkavians.
Okay. So I just want to make sure I'm kind of keeping track of this right. We have Joseph and Rick heading to the mixed Mortal Kindred area where there's dancing, the bar, all of that, yeah? Okay. And then we have Jessica going to chat up Malkavians. And that leaves us with Victor and Carlotta. So are you both heading to the Elysium proper?
Yes, I think that would be great. Victor and I could engage people as we walk by and stuff.
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, Victor would be going into Elysium to, well, keep an eye on Carlotta, see if Garrett's there, and to check in on the friends he made when he was making his bid to be named Primogen of the my clan.
Adventure.
My
Thank you.
clan. We're talking about my clan. Oh no.
My clan!
Okay. So, as you go to start talking to the Ventrue that you previously spoke to, Santos intercepts you. Do you remember who Santos is?
Me?
Party at large. Do we remember who Santos is?
I do.
I do.
I think I do.
I know we were supposed to look for Santos for something, but I don't remember for what.
So Santos is the scourge of the prince in Chicago. And you guys were asked, I don't know, kind of last story arc, to investigate Santos because there were rumors, well, not rumors, like it's known for for them to take contracts outside of what the prince asks. But there were rumors of potentially what do you call it? Oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking on the word that I want. Conflict of interest. There we go. That they were perhaps taking contracts that would go against the prince's desires. Um, and you guys kind of looked into that, and that is what kind of broke open the whole Veronica thing. And you guys kind of just dropped investigating the scourge.
To be fair, to say I dropped it is not fair. I knew what was going on with the Scourge and decided it was no longer a problem I needed to look into.
Sure,
To
I'm
be
not.
fair, I never
That
actually
wasn't
investigated him.
them, but I'm not saying that anybody like that wasn't a judgmental. You dropped it. Just a simple way of kind of wrapping up what
Oh, that's
our
right.
interaction.
Gender neutral.
Yep.
Right.
Yes.
That is Santos. I am Santos.
What?
I am Inigo Montoya.
So, Victor, as you are kind of crossing the like I don't know. I always kind of picture this as an open space, and there's kind of groups of vampires, gathering in different areas along the side. But there's kind of an open space in the middle, right, where you can kind of see people moving between different crowds. So as you're kind of crossing to approach your venturing friends, that is where Santos intercepts you.
I'd like to point out what she just described is literally what every LARP Elysium has ever looked like.
That's awesome. They address you. Victor, I was wondering if I could get a moment of your time.
um, Storyteller, have I ever met Santos? Would I know who this is?
You 100% know who this is because this is a big fucking deal person in the Camarilla. The Scourge is um, kind of the right hand person of the prince that does the dirty work, we'll say. So if the Scourge is asking for your time, you probably want to indulge them.
Okay. Uh, Santos. Yes, of course.
I have some certain interest right now. Um, but I I'm afraid I'm not sure how to get in contact with somebody that shares your circle. I was wondering if you might be able to direct me to them. I believe his name is Joseph.
Oh, why, yes, as a matter of fact, I just left him a few moments ago. If you go, oh, did I know they were going to the bar?
It's probably a fair assumption. I was leading Cappy away from where the action was happening, after all.
Um, yes, believe I know where they're at. Might want to inquire as to, what, your interest is?
Um, well, there are some anarch, I don't know, interests, I suppose, that line up with my own. And I uh, have heard that he is kind of a very um, direct person to deal with, and I would rather not play games because I am part of the Camarilla and they are part of the Anarchs. I'm hoping we can just get directed to the point.
Well, if directness is what you're looking for, then Joseph is definitely the correct place to look.
Santos does not laugh at all as you're laughing, like just deadpan, like no expression on.
Excuse me. Yes. At any event, if I'm not mistaken, I believe, Joseph went up to the bar, on the mixed side.
Not my favorite place, but
Would would you like me to retrieve him for you, or see if I can find him while you await here?
no, that's fine. I can bear it for a couple minutes, and that is all I really need. I appreciate your assistance.
At your service.
As
So,
you go, I'm sorry.
as soon as his back is turned, I text Joseph. Uh, Santos is looking for you. I sent him to the bar on the mixed side.
I send back them, and then I give you a thumbs up.
What?
Because you said him, and they use neutral pronouns.
Oh,
But yeah, with that information, now I can think of the perfect thing to say when Santos gets here.
Yes, you can. And Victor, just before they step away, they actually lean in very close and just say, "Be careful. You have eyes." And then they walk away.
I after I send my message to Joseph, I kind of stand there for a moment and contemplate things, and then continue on with what I was going to do at first, which was meet up with my then true friends.
Yeah, so you head over there. I never did sit down to come up with names for them. So I'll try to come up with a couple on the fly, which never really goes well, but we'll see how it goes. But as you step over, you do see that it seems like maybe something has recently happened. In terms of, it seems like people are kind of milling about a little more quickly than usual, as if like perhaps the rumor mills are abuzz with something juicy. And so as you approach, you see, um, I'll come up with the last names later to make this a little bit easier for me, but you see Jasmine and Noah, which were Ventru that you talked to previously when you kind of got that group together to chat with. These are a couple that seemed a little more on the sympathetic side towards your bit.
Okay. Jasmine, Noah, good evening.
Oh, hi. And Noah, good to see you. You came at an interesting time. We're actually a little bit concerned, truthfully.
Concerned? About what, pray tell?
Jasmine links an arm in yours. She's a little bit shorter than you, but very graceful, so it seems very natural. Like, not that you guys are heading off to have a secret conversation, but, almost as just, buddies, going to have an intimate chat. So she kind of pulls you away. She laughs as if you say something funny. Oh, it's so good to see you, Victor. And they kind of pull you off towards a little more intimate area where you aren't likely to be overheard by anybody. And Noah leans close. Well, you do remember, obviously, that not everybody was maybe as willing to hear the things that you were saying.
Oh, no, I understood that.
Well, I don't know if you recall, but Naomi was rather uh displeased at some of the things that you were saying. Jasmine leans closer. She went to go talk to Garrett about something, and I know she was talking to the prince recently, too. I'm a little bit concerned about what she might be up to.
Hmm. Perhaps conversation with Mr. Garrett might be in order. But no, I understood I had ruffled some feathers that evening, and just to let you know, Santos just warned me to be careful that there are eyes upon me. So just be aware that they may be upon you as well, unless we keep this brief.
Oh, well, that's certainly interesting. You may be able to get Garrett, but I don't know how long they're going to be talking. They left not much longer or not much earlier than when you arrived. That's why everyone's buzzing. She uh, seemed to be bragging about something before uh, Garrett showed up and mentioned that they had a private appointment, very important, and we're going to the special room that he likes to use for important meetings. She was quite proud of herself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I lost who. Are you talking about Naomi?
Yes,
Okay.
I wonder if she's done something to stir up those eyes on you.
Hmm. Another conversation that needs to be had, I can see.
I would suggest so. Noah speaks up. She's nothing but trouble. When Naomi decides to take a stand against something, you can bet people are going to hear about it.
Has has she done more than just speaking out of turn, as it were? Do you think?
We're really not sure. This is the first that she has really been open about any of it. But like I said, I know she talked to the prince recently. That doesn't, it just doesn't bode well with how tonight is played out.
No, you're probably right there. Is there anything else that I should know?
Nothing that we've heard so far, but we'll keep our ears open if you'd like.
Oh, I would very much appreciate that. And you said Lady Naomi has gone to the special room.
Yes, Garrett has one of the meeting rooms that he really prefers. It's almost over the top, truthfully, but when he wants to make an impression or something like that, it's the room that he always chooses for important types of meetings.
I've been in that room, haven't I?
Yes, I think you have.
Is is he there now?
Yes. Like I said, just before you walked up, maybe 10 minutes before, they had just gone off to speak. That's why everybody is abuzz.
Oh, I misunderstood. What misunderstood then? Interesting. Forgive me if I seem a little addled this evening. One does not often talk to the prince's right hand, and with him asking for, or with them asking for a favor.
Well, Victor, I have to say, you can't let something like this shake you up if you want to make a move for Primogen.
No, but there were. Let's just say it's already been a long evening, but I thank you for your information and for keeping your ears open as well.
It's no problem. We'll try to calm the waters here, but I would certainly suggest that you talk to Naomi sooner rather than later. Get a hold of this situation.
Oh, I fully intend to do exactly that, my dear. Thank you so much.
She smiles sweetly, though if you look at her eyes, it's very fake. The eyes are still dead and calculating. But if you don't look too deep, the smile seems nice. And then she slips her arm gently out of yours and then into Noah's. He nods and they walk off and go to approach the group.
All right, I pull the phone out again and text Jessica or Carlotta. I'm sorry. Um, excuse me. I text Carlotta. Uh, Garrett's in the special room. Um, does everyone does everyone know what that is?
Um, I mean, I don't know if like everyone knows what it is, but like people who are kind of up on the politics would probably know that room. There's a good chance that they've either heard about a meeting that happened in that room or were in a meeting that happened in that room. You probably know where this room is.
Okay. Um. Well, I text Jessica. I keep saying Jessica. I mean Carlotta. I text Carlotta that Garrett is here, but he's indisposed at the moment. I know where he is. I'm heading there now. Oh, actually, I text Carlotta that, but I'm going to meet up with her because I'm going to get the item from her and attempt this myself.
Okay.
And then I text Joseph. Will the item work for more than one?
No. I reply back with a no.
Shit. I text back, understood.
Once Victor texts me, I let him know where to meet me, and I wait because I think there are a number of ways this could come to play. Also, with the scourge heading towards Joseph, has anything changed in his plans?
Oh yeah, I guess we could jump to that really fast. So, Joseph, as you're kind of encouraging Cappy, or I should say Rick, to be distracted and not get in trouble, be a good puppy. Um, After a little while, Santos approaches you. Not like, aggressively or intimidatingly or anything like that, but just kind of quietly comes up. Are you like sitting at the bar, or are you
Yeah.
DMing?
No, I'm sitting at the bar. And as Santos comes up, I goes, "Ah, if it isn't the scourge, I am the leash."
The leash.
And then I point at Cappy.
Ah, yes. I've heard a lot about what he's done. I can understand needing a leash.
I just remain quiet. You're just here. I ain't saying shit.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, Cappy.
So, Victor told me you wanted to discuss some things with me?
I do, but not here. What I was hoping to get tonight was a way to contact you, so that we could have a private conversation in the near future.
It's an odd way of asking me for my phone number, but alright.
Not everyone uses a phone these days.
So, yeah, I write down my phone number and I give it to Santos.
Thank you. I will contact you shortly so that you have my information. Um, but I would like to have a private conversation,
Of course.
and I would like it to stay between us.
Well, I mean, you talked about it in front of the dog, so at the very least, he's gonna tell people about that.
I can live with that. Worst case, I can always take care of the dog. Santos looks at you, Rick.
Yeah, I figured that. I'm still not saying anything. But I'll return the look and just acknowledge him, but nothing else.
They stare still, like making sure that you really get the point.
Yeah, I get the point.
After probably a solid minute of staring Rick down, they turn back to Joseph. I hope you understand. I would not like politics to come between us on this. I'd just like to have a direct conversation.
Of
Is that
course.
agreeable?
Well, of course it is. If everybody in the Camarilla who's to talk to me I was a jerk to, I wouldn't be able to talk to most of the people I talk to.
That's true. But I'm not here to throw around my title or anything like that with you. That's all I wish to make clear, is that I'd just like to have a conversation with you, person to person.
Understood. And that's how I became the Scourge's therapist.
After kind of uh, resting their gaze on you for just a minute, or not really a minute, but a couple seconds, they turn away. Just kind of quick wave as they head off to the quieter part of the building, um, and rejoins Elysium. Okay, so, um, Mom, remind me. Oh, yeah, you were gonna try to go after Garrett, but Garrett is in a meeting right now, so you cannot do that. So, as you walked in, you could not find Garrett. You do not know that he's in a meeting unless you do something to try to figure that out, or uh, if Victor would like to enlighten you. Um, what do you do?
Yeah, I had texted her and
Oh,
told.
right. You're right.
Actually waiting to meet Victor. Also, I had texted Joseph, asked him if anything was changing because of the Scourge wanting to see him, because I wasn't sure if Joseph needed to do some verbal manipulation with magic once the Bud had touched Garrett or not.
Sorry, Mom, you said you texted me?
Yeah, I texted Joseph because I remember you saying you had to do some magical machinations once this touched Garrett. So I didn't know, with the Scourge meeting you, if you wanted anything circumspect to take place at all. Okay, I understand it better then. So now there's just me waiting for Victor to meet me and find out if he wants me to accompany him or if he plans on doing this on his own.
And now we have a slow motion shot of Carlotta and Victor moving quickly towards each other across the empty space in Elysium with panicked looks on their faces, like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, Carlotta, things aren't going quite according to plan. Apparently, Victor's Garrett's in a meeting with someone I need to speak with as well.
So, how does this exactly align with our needs? Because even if you are able to deliver the bud, so to speak, um, how close is this person to Garrett? And would this be noticeable? Also, would we actually have the opportunity to question the man?
Well, yes, my dear, that's what I was getting at. I think you need to give me the item. Apparently, I'm going to have to administer it after all.
Certainly, I can certainly do this. Do you want me to accompany you?
You know, perhaps that wouldn't be such a bad idea after all. Yes. Um, yes, you continue to hold on to the item for the moment. Perhaps if you were to embrace him or some such nonsense when we meet him, that would be give you the opportunity.
But he's already a vampire.
Wrong kind of embrace.
Oh, I get so confused.
I could certainly do that.
I mean, you guys know where this room is. You could also see if you're able to overhear anything in this meeting.
You have heightened senses, Bob.
Oh yeah.
You guys have fucking superpowers. You're vampires.
This is Elysium. We're not supposed to use them.
Shh.
I mean, they're not supposed to, but who
Supposed to.
follows the fucking rule? Just don't get caught.
Hang on a second.
So, does anybody want to do anything?
No, I'm sorry. We're having a problem right here. We're both AFK for a minute.
Oh, okay. I lost track. What has Jessica been doing?
Talking to Malkavians.
That's right, and we haven't done that yet, so we'll bop over to that.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
no problem. I've had a lot of stuff done tonight.
So similar to what we described earlier for Victor, there's groups kind of gathered in different areas, and you see one that is very clearly your group.
Yay! They have my name on them.
Oh, do you have like a thing that you're following tonight? Like you know how you like sometimes it's like rings or clouds or whatever that you
It is-
follow for your.
It is literally a yellow brick road.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so you're just gonna follow the yellow brick road,
Indeed.
and it takes you right over there. In fact, there is so as you kind of come over there, you're able to see a little bit of the I don't know, structure of the crowd. So you can see that Sun is here. which isn't uncommon. He tends to make a lot of appearances. Um, and there's kind of a group of his usual, um, I don't know, not groupies, but like whatever people, that follow him pretty closely.
Mhm.
And but then there's, like, as you look at it, there's kind of a little side group that's kind of gone off from that, and then there's, obviously some people that are just kind of milling about. There's some, like, small side conversations, but it does seem like there is one particular group that is trying to separate themselves and be out of maybe earshot of the one blobbing around sun.
Okay. I will kind of wander over there like I'm not sure where to go because the two separate groups, and I'll kind of, you know, wander towards the group that doesn't have sun, trying to make it look like, I don't actually understand why.
All right. I mean, no one's really paying too close of attention to you right now. So it's pretty easy as long as you're not like beelining to make it look like
Yeah,
you're kind of just wandering until you're pulled into something.
it's kind of funny. It's kind of more like I'm wandering towards Sun's group, then I look over at the other group, and I wander towards that one, and then I look over at Sun's, kind of inch that way, and then just kind of finally pick the one without Sun.
And as you make your way into that group, um, it's a lot of kind of if are you kind of like listening to hear what people are talking about around you?
I'd kind of listen as I approach, but I would also kind of raise my hand and wave to the other Malkavians.
So some of them wave, others kind of jump up and down, and um, some just kind of give you a scared look. Some just smile. You get kind of a variety of reactions. But if you listen to some of the kind of whispers that are flowing around you, you hear a voice for change, something different. I don't I don't like Sun. He scares me. I
Oh,
I want a different voice.
different voice, you say? Well, I I can appreciate that. It seemed like there was a lot of dissent about the new Primogen that got invited in, and that would surprise me since Sun had voted for him.
Yeah, but he cares more about that than about us. He's a caitiff. Why is he helping him and not us?
Very good question. I think that we may discover the answers in time.
I don't like it. And
Does
I don't
anyone?
like group therapy.
It's like we're crazy.
No, it's like no part of you can be secret from him. He wants to know everything so he can control everything. I don't like it.
Yeah, I did notice how organized he is.
Oh, he's so organized. But
Horrible.
everybody underestimates him. I mean, not us. We know. I mean, we all
Do we know?
know. But
Do we know?
oh, we know. But the rest
Okay.
of them don't. They think because we speak in prophecies and verses that it's just madness, but they don't see the truth. But we know.
Personally, I speak to doorknobs.
Doorknobs know a lot.
They
They
do.
see
It's
everything that passes into a house.
Right? And they know because everything passes through their threshold, even secrets.
Exactly. Even feelings.
Feelings are the best part.
Feelings
Also, they
are
like hot dogs.
If you go and feel the feelings over there, it's all fear. It's all fear.
Oh no, not all fear. There's greed.
Oh, yes, from him, but for everyone else in his web, just fear. Even hot dogs can't fix fear.
No, hot dogs can't, no matter the mustard. But it's time we muster up ourselves. Eventually, change may come. If we bring up the change. That, that's, that's what the voice said.
But what if he hurts us? With everything he knows?
Then why should he be in charge?
Because otherwise he will hurt us. We need a better way.
We need a better way.
We need a different voice.
Time for a change.
I hope the change comes soon.
Perhaps that voice should lead.
Perhaps, but until it speaks up, there's nothing else to do. Except to throw flowers everywhere! And then the like kind of small little Malkavian that you were talking to runs around, starts like literally pulling like dead flower petals out of their pockets and throwing it around and kind of running off. Like not towards Sun's group, but just kind of off out of the Malkavian area. But of course, there's still lots of people around you.
Yeah. Just kinda lean in. So this is what you all think?
Well, I don't know if it's what we all think, but I think, I think, I think. And he just kind of stares off for about half a minute, just blankly at the wall. I think we're all tired of being scared.
Right? Being like us should be fun.
But nobody has spoken up, spoken up, spoken up.
I don't
Oh,
think I'm.
So we'll.
I don't think I'm in the area to speak up with.
that voice has spoken up.
But only one little poop squeak. We need a bigger voice. A bigger voice. A bigger voice.
Perhaps through that one voice, others can speak and the voice gets louder.
But everyone. Oh, everyone. Everyone is afraid.
Hmm. That voice had a prediction, though.
I didn't see what the voice said. 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 What was the prediction?
Wasn't that voice the same voice that said that that the new Primogen would bring disaster?
I I I do remember hearing something a while back about that.
Right? Perhaps this voice is stronger than people think.
Another a lady nearby kind of leans in and she's like, "Well, I I didn't think it was a good idea, and there's a reason we help our own. We shouldn't have helped him. Shouldn't have helped him. I don't think it was a good idea.
No, definitely not a good idea.
The problem is, a lot of us know the truth, and that's why we don't want to play the politics game. So the trouble is, how do you find someone to take over for him? Especially when everyone's afraid."
Perhaps find the person who helps remove the fear.
Well, so far, there's only been an anonymous voice, and that's something. That's why there's a little bit of hope. Do you see it? Do you
I see
see?
it. I see it.
There's a little string running between our groups, and that little string wraps right around ours here. That's the hope. But it needs to get bigger if something's going to happen.
Sorry, did you hear me?
I did not.
Oh. How do you think the hope could get bigger?
Well, eventually that voice has to stop being anonymous. It shows fear. At least some think it does.
Perhaps the voice is calculating.
Maybe. But that doesn't change what the crowd sees.
That is true.
But that's why there's still that little string of hope holding us together. Because maybe, just maybe, if a few of us have some hope, that voice will feel like it can step out. I want it to step out.
Enough hope. Perhaps it will.
Hope is a weird thing for a kindred, though, isn't it?
But is it a weird thing for a Malkavian?
Ah, that's just it, isn't it? We are a bit different.
So then no flowers for you?
Oh, I don't think this court is dead. No flowers here.
No flowers. No flowers. I think hope will rise, and it will get bigger.
We shall see. Is there anything else you hope to accomplish with this? Or, well, actually, I guess I should see. Do we have Victor and Carlotta back?
I'm gonna go with no.
Yeah. Well, I guess. Do you want to try to talk to anybody else about anything while you're here?
Basically, what I'm gonna do is kind of drum up the talk about that voice and try to build up the support if I can, before, even though the voice is anonymous.
Yeah, okay. I guess I would say let's do a leadership and charisma. See what kind of effect you have on the crowd.
Let me spend a willpower to re-roll.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Well, all right.
Okay. So 6 successes.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Critical hit. Okay.
Guys,
Yeah.
something has come up. We're going to have to let you go. We've got to deal with this.
That's okay. It was getting pretty late, so I think this will be an okay spot where we can just say that we're gonna pause the night there and pick it up the next time we're together.
All right, we love you. We will talk to you later.
Everything gets
Love you
worked out,
too.
you two.
Take care. Let us know if you need anything.
Good night, guys.
We'll finish up the little bit that we're doing here.
Okay, because waiting for
Unless you
this
guys.
roll.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to drop this right now, but as far as like kind of main story, we'll leave that there for them. But we
Yeah.
can pursue this. Well, I guess this is kind of main story too, but in a different avenue, whatever. Um, so yeah. Um, so as you're kind of going around listening, this is kind of what they actually need. Like, sorry, my medicine is bothering me a little. Um, so as you kind of go around listening to the concerns that they're talking about, and you're not being like sun basically. It becomes almost like a group therapy session actually, but in a good way. And so um, people start to realize like why they're kind of drawn to talk to each other about this voice, that it is kind of giving them, or not this voice, but this anonymous poster, that it did give them some kind of hope that we didn't lose any of us. No, okay. Um that something could change, that maybe they don't have to kind of live uh under Sun's, I don't want to call it regime because he doesn't have quite that much power, but under his thumb. And on top of that, they feel particularly fond of you. Like this has given them a very good kind of image of you, as being this empathetic woman who came to listen to their problems and to just let them talk about what this anonymous poster, this voice meant to them.
Ooh, hello.
Hi, Mom.
So yeah, Jessica would kind of soak it up a little and kind of fall more into the role. It's not exactly act or anything, so just kind of listen and see what they say. Kind of just drum up that feeling of hope that they're getting, and kind of say, yeah, time. I can see your concerns. I can see your fears. I can see your underpants. Oh no.
So I'm gonna do a roll real quick. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so I will have you roll the same thing now, Devil, if you want to roll me a wits and awareness. So you will notice at some point as you're, spending time talking with them, that you notice Sun noticing you.
Okay.
He isn't doing anything, and just you notice that, his eyes seem to be on you fairly often. Is there anything else that you would like to try to accomplish with the group? If you're speaking, Devil, I don't hear you.
I am checking something really quick. Is all.
Gotcha.
I need the PDF version of that. Sorry, this is looking up a power to see the exact wording of something.
Okay. Are you doing anything, Cappy? Or are you just dancing, hanging out, having a good time?
Yeah, he'd probably be doing that. He just, gonna stay out of trouble. He's fucked up enough for one night. Yeah, he's just gonna do that for the time. Probably the safe bet too.
Probably. It's too bad we can't have Scraggles come in here and dance with you.
I don't think anybody would like that very well. Be cool though. I think Mom just came back in. Or was she already in here?
I have a feeling her computer is like trying to go to sleep or something.
Ah, could
And so because that happens with my computer as well. Like if I let it go to sleep, but then we like bump the mouse or something, I'll sometimes pop in and out of Discord.
Anyway, I am going to use Scry the Soul. It's not detectable by other people, so.
Okay.
But it is a contested role versus composure and subterfuge.
Let me read over it real fast. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so I'm doing composure and subterfuge.
And if anything, it'll tell me what his composure and subterfuge are.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hello.
I am so sorry. Yeah, I had something happen and it really shook. But yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I love you guys much.
All right, love you too.
Reroll again. Okay, 5 successes. And I'm down lots of willpower. Okay. But good thing I rerolled that. So the margin of the rule is 2, so I get 2 questions.
Yes.
All right. I would like to know if he is worried and I'd like to know if he is angry.
It feels kind of similar to worry, but it's closer to suspicion than actually like he. It seemed like, I guess what I'm trying to get across is not that he feels threatened, but he does have concern with what you're doing. And angry. It feels like a low level of anger, more like annoyance or frustration.
Yeah. Okay. That is sadly all I can get.
Indeed, but it's better than nothing.
True. And at least I don't expect to be killed suddenly.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Is there anything else that you're hoping to do?
No, just kind of linger in the conversation a bit, getting to know kindred Malkavians.
Alright. And what about Joseph? Is there anything that you are trying to do with the rest of your, well, it won't be the rest of our time because like I said, we're going to pick back up at this night next time, But at least for what we're doing tonight, was there anything that you would like to do?
No, there's nothing else that I really need to do tonight.
Alright, last call if anybody. Sorry, started yawning in the middle of that. Last call if anybody has anything that they want to kind of play out tonight. But I feel like we're kind of at a good spot here.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
And Devil, I will give you a couple names later of people that you like bonded more closely with, I guess I'd call. All right. Well, I think that's it for us tonight then. So we'll pick back up next time to see what happens with Garrett's meeting and what happens after that. This has been the Story Speakers Guild bringing you roleplay entertainment. And thanks for joining us for Saturday by Night.
Woo!
Have a good one.
We love you.